Hello students. I hope everyone is safe and doing well during this COVID-19 situation. Anyway, we will start our new course. That is, Phase 2. Insect Ecology and Integrated Pest Management. This is a 1+1 course. Today we will discuss both theory and practical syllabus. First, we will start theory portion. Basically, in this course, theory portions can be further divided to: first, insect ecology, and second, integrated pest management. So, let's start the insect ecology part.
So, in this insect ecology, we will study some 4 aspects of ecology that are related to your insect. Okay, so in this first class, what we will understand: what is ecology, who has coined the term ecology, some historical aspects like who is the father, then types of ecology like earth ecology, scene ecology, then come to your some basic things related to or terms related to ecology we will understand there, and at last we will understand the components or the ecological or environmental components. We will just study those things. Okay, first class. Then coming to the second class, that is you're now coming to the environmental component to deep level. That means what are the environmental components like biotic factor and abiotic factor. That means living things and non-living things. We already know ecology or environment, it is the mixture of your living things and non-living things. Okay, so again in one class we will study what are the non-living things. Those are the abiotic factor like your temperature, moisture, humidity, rainfall, light, atmospheric pressure, all those things. How these abiotic things are affecting the insect growth and development. Okay, that is the effect of abiotic factors. Those things we will understand. Okay, then coming to the third one. Okay, there what we will understand: the biotic factor, like what other organisms, what other animals, what other insects affect the insect growth and development. That may be competition, that may be effect of some natural enemies, or that may be even also food also. Okay, those things we will study in this biotic factors. Okay, in biotic factors those things we will understand. Then fourth one, the last one, this will be your last class of your insect ecology. Here we will study some what is ecosystem first. What is ecosystem? How ecosystem is different from ecology? Then what is your balance of life or the equilibrium state? You see, everywhere the stability must be maintained, the equilibrium must be maintained. So how it can be managed, or how we can define this balance of life, and what are the factors related like your biotic potential, then coming to environmental resistance. Those things we will understand here in concept of balance of life. Again we will also understand some aspect of life table. Those things we will understand here. The last thing is your cause for outbreak of pest in agro ecosystem. What is that? You see here the term came, that is your pest. Till now in your FE1 Fundamentals of Entomology 1 course, what you have studied, this is the insect, that is the insect, insect has this kind of morphology, insect has this kind of physiology, those things. But now onwards what will happen, insect will be considered according to our need. Okay, whether that is a pest or whether that is a beneficial insect. Pest means what? Those are the insect or any kind of organism which cause some kind of economic harm to the human being. So those insects will be regarded as pest now. Don't think that pest is a pest mixture, not like that. Insect will be termed as pest here because they are agriculturally important, that too harmful. Okay, so in ecosystem, you see ecosystem are again different types. We will study those things like natural ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, then your marine ecosystem, I already told that one, man-made ecosystem, then agro ecosystem, those things. So in agro ecosystem, in our ecosystem, present day ecosystem what we are cultivating now, In that, why the pest population is increasing now day by day? What are the causes of that? Those things we will study at the end of the ecology syllabus. Okay, insect ecology. So up to this covers your insect ecology. Then now onwards we will study the IPM. What is IPM? Integrated Pest Management. Yes or no? See here what we will understand. Like first one is your what is a pest? The definition we will understand. Then we will see the categories of pest. Okay. Then we will see some forecasting model like pest surveillance, how to survey the pest population in a field, and how to go for forecasting future. Forecasting of the pest outbreak, when the pest will come, when the pest population will reduce, what are the key mortality factors, those things we will see in this pest surveillance and pest forecasting. Okay, then we will see some components or tool of IPM. Here what will happen, we will understand definition of IPM, what is IPM, principles of IPM, scope and limitation of IPM, all those things, some basic things. Then we will see some tools of IPM. Generally, what is IPM? IPM is your integrated pest management. That means management of those pests in an integrated way. But that means we have to integrate several tools of IPM. What are the tools? Like cultural practices, mechanical method, physical method, legislative or quarantine method. Now we are undergoing this COVID situation. Legislative or quarantine. Okay. Then biological method, by using some other organisms we can also reduce the pest or insect population in the field. Then come to microbial. Microbial in the sense microorganisms like fungus, then bacteria, then your virus, nematodes, rickettsia, those things are what? Your microbial organisms will be implemented in microbial control of insect or you can tell pest. Understood? So these are the tools, each one by one we will cover here. Then we will see this host. Okay, this is also important. Actually it is coming under your cultural, but still it takes a separate class to understand the whole host plant resistance. What is that? The host plant, the plant we are going, that will be resistant to the insect. What are the mechanisms? What are those things we will study here in this host plant resistance. Okay. Then coming to the next point, that is your chemical control. There we will study what? You know, we are applying insecticide, fungicide, herbicide, miticide. So many sides are there apart from fertilizers. So in chemical control we will see, first is your introduction to chemical control. What is a chemical control? What is toxicity? What is acute toxicity? What is dermal toxicity? What is chronic toxicity? So many terms are there. Then what is the importance or advantages of chemical control? Then what are the limitations of chemical control? Then we will study the classification of chemical control, how chemicals are divided. Like your botanicals are there, your synthetic insecticides are there, inorganic insecticides are there. Then coming to your novel insecticides are there, some plant extract and some other kind of insecticides are there, or chemicals are there, we will study there. Those are coming under your classification of insecticides. And toxicity of insecticides, like what is your LD50 value, LC50 value, probit analysis, those things we will see there. And at last, actually at first we will see these things, that is your formulation. What are the formulation? That means, suppose you are having the chemicals, that means it is available in which form? Whether liquid form, or emulsion form, or powder form, or your granular form, or which form? What are the formulation to be purchased from the marketers? Okay, that is your formulation. And how to apply those formulation in the field. Those things we will see here. Okay. So coming to the next one, that is your, after understanding all these things about the chemicals, we will understand what is the Insecticide Act, what are the rules or provisions in the Insecticide Act, then some, this much only we will see. Okay, in Insecticide Act, this is important in point of view of your short questions. Okay, then what to see? How to apply those insecticides, application techniques of insecticides. Then we will understand phytotoxicity of insecticides. That means, what is phytotoxicity? Phytotoxic, that means chemicals toxic to the plant. You see, we are applying some chemicals to kill the insect or to kill the weeds, whatever it may be. But here what will happen indirectly, these chemicals will produce some adverse effect to the plant. This kind of adverse effect produced by the insecticide or any kind of pesticides to the plant is known as your phytotoxicity. The effect is known as your phytotoxicity. Okay. Then we will see the symptoms of poisoning, first aid and antidotes. What is that? You see, you are applying chemicals in the field. Yes or no? So here what will happen, automatically you will be involved or you will get in contact with those insecticide. And this insecticide may cause harms to human being or animals. Okay. At that time we have to know what are the symptoms. If chemical entered into your body, what should be done? The first aid means approaches needed to be done after understanding the symptoms. Then some antidote. Suppose you have consumed anyhow, accidentally also, then what to do? What should be given as an antidote for those chemicals, so that it will be what? Degraded into non-toxic compounds. Antidotes. Those things also we will see here. Then it ends your chemical control. Then this is important. Recent method of pest control. After insecticide use and after insecticide has caused so many hazardous effects to the environment, to the animals, to mankind, then some new molecules has been developed, some new volatile chemicals has been developed that can be used in pest control, like your attractant, repellents, antifidants, pheromone. So many things are there. We will understand recent method of pest control. Those things will deal there. Then the 13th one, that is your genetic control. That means use of genetics to manage the pest, like your use of genetically modified crops, transgenic crops, that is your BT cotton. You might have heard of it already. Those things we will see here, genetic control. Then also sterile male technique is there. We will sterile those males and release them in the field. So automatically the offsprings won't come out. That is your sterile male technique. Okay. Then we will also understand the scope and limitation of IPM at the end. This is story. Not that much important. Last one is your beneficial insect. These are not regarded as pest because they are beneficial. If harmful insect means they will be pest, but beneficial insect means they will be insect only. Beneficial. Okay. Like your parasite predators. What is that? Parasite and predator, what they do? They harm to the pest. Okay, that's why they are beneficial for human being. Yes or no? Used in pest control. Then their mass multiplication technique. Suppose you see you have some beetles which feed on other insect. So what is our duty is to collect those beetles, then mass multiply them in the lab, then release in a large number in the field, so that automatically the pest can be suppressed. It is in directly coming to biological control now. Okay, mass multiplication of those beneficial insect or predators or parasites or parasitoids. What are those things? I will tell you later in biological control. So some other beneficial insect like your pollinators, and then weed killers, scavengers, their importance, those things we will see here. If time persists, these are not that much important, still we will cover the course. Then coming to your practical, you see 11 number of experiments are there in this course. So you can see here, first is your study and distribution pattern of insect in crop ecosystem. That means in a crop ecosystem or agro ecosystem, we have to study what? The patterns of insect, how they are distributed, whether uniformly, randomly, aggregated, or how they are distributed, and how to calculate those things we will see here in the first experiment. Okay. Then coming to the second one, here we will see sampling techniques for the estimation of insect population and damage. Suppose you are provided with a field, how to go for survey, how to survey that this much number of insects are there? If this much number of insects are there, then how much they can cause damage? Okay, those things are what? Sampling techniques. Then third one is your pest surveillance. You will see here what is surveillance. Already that is there in your theory part. Through your light traps, we will see what is light trap, what is pheromone trap, and what is forecasting of pest incidents, why it is required, how to do those things, what are the tools of forecasting and surveillance. Those things we will see there. Okay. Then coming to the fourth number experiment, that is your calculation of dose or concentration of different insecticidal formulation. That means what? You will be given the area on which you have to apply the insecticide. You will have the chemicals, you will have the water. Now the question comes, how much insecticide to be diluted in the field and how much amount of this mixture will be applied in the field. Those things we will understand in this calculation of dose or concentration of insecticides. Understood? Then coming to the fifth one, that is your acquaintance of insecticide formulation. Formulation already we will cover in the, we would have covered in the theory. Yes or no? It is already there. Again, repetition will be there. Actually, what happens in the regular classes, in lab, so many kind of insecticides are there. Students used to visualize those insecticides and they need to identify belonging to which formulation. They need to write down in their practical manuals. But now it is not possible. Still, I will try to show you all of those things through pictures, download from nets, and I will show you those things. Okay. Then sixth one, that is your compatibility of pesticides with other agrochemicals and phytotoxicity of insecticides. That means, you see, not only one chemical we are applying in the field. We are applying fertilizers, we are applying other like insecticide, herbicide, then fungicide, bactericide, so many things are we are applying. So, what are the chemicals which are incompatible and what are the chemicals which are compatible with each other? Those things we need to understand. Then again we will study here the phytotoxicity along with some examples we will understand here. Sixth one. Then coming to the seventh one. Seventh, here what will happen? These are very interesting. We have quite so many videos are there. We can see and visualize how they are doing in the lab. That is your mass multiplication. Starting from few number of predators or parasitoids or some microorganism like fungus, bacteria, whatever it may be. How we can multiply them? Suppose we have 100 beetles, we can convert it into 750 by this mass multiplication. We will multiply them massively in the lab, then we will release them in the field. These are very interesting topics. So in 7th we will study the mass multiplication of predators like your Chelomenes susmaculata, Chrysopolla carnea, Cryptolemus montroigeri. These are the scientific names. We will study in this experiment. Okay. So many videos are there, no problem, you can easily understand. Then 8th one, that is your important parasitoids mass multiplication of egg parasitoid like Trichogramma, larval parasitoid like your Apentales or Brachyonhavator, pupal parasitoid like Tetrastechus israeli. These things we will see there. These are the genus and species name I am telling. So 9th one is your important entomopathogenic fungus, that is your Vivaria bassiana, how to mass multiply those fungus. Then your NPV, nuclear polyhedrosis virus on this and this insect like Helicorpa armigera and Sporoptera litura. These are the insect species name, very dangerous pest. And this NPV, the virus are what? Species specific. We cannot multiply them in other insect. They are always species specific. Helicorpa means this virus should be multiplied in the Helicorpa itself. Otherwise they cannot attack this Sporoptera. Species specific. Then the 10th one, that is your study of insect pollinators and weed killers and scavengers. This is nothing but your graphical representation of these pollinator, weed killers, scavengers and their importance. Very few points will be there. You have to write down and you have to draw those diagrams. Okay. And the last one, that is your identification of major non-insect pest like your birds. Then you see the term non-insect pest. That means what? These are not the insect, but they are pest. That means they are harmful for the human being, human welfare. Like your birds, how they are harmful birds? What they will do? Suppose sunflower is there in the field, they will come and feed on the seeds. Like your crabs, snails, slugs, all those are what? Your pest. Even some mammalians are also there, like monkey, those things. Then we will also see the household pest. Okay, cockroach, ants, those things. Then your veterinary pests are there, some flies are there. Those things also we will see in this last experiment. Okay, so I hope you understood the general introduction to your course. So in the next class or next video, we will see or we will start the course, that is your introduction to insect ecology. Okay. Then you see, we will also discuss some of the reference books. Okay, most of the books are available in library, but you cannot go for that one now. So you see, these two books are good actually, others are foreign authors, that is not that much important. Okay, these are good for advanced level of study, but not required. You see this one, okay, G.S. Dhaliwal and Ramesh Arora, Integrated Pest Management and Concept and Approaches, that is KP, Kalyani Publishers. So this is a very good book for your general study purpose. Then K.K. Nair, Anant Krishnan and David, that is also a very good book, General and Applied Entomology. And this also a very good book. So anyway, I am trying my best to gather all the information at a one place. You see, in my videos I may have kept so many things, but it is not required for your basic study. For that I will give you very concised PDF materials you have to read. Not all those things for exam. For your understanding I will tell you, but in the exam very means almost 80% things will be coming, not all. So accordingly I will give you materials, no problem for that. So thank you for watching, and if any kind of queries are there, you can ask in the comment box.